$19.1 million. That's the disappointing box office take for Will Smith's film Focus, barely edging out films that had been in theaters for weeks. Welcome back, I'm Dan. Today, we're diving into the rise and fall of a figure once hailed as the most powerful actor in Hollywood. If you want to explore the untold stories of celebrity downfalls, make sure to subscribe. Will Smith's ascent was meteoric. He transformed from a charismatic rapper and DJ Jazzy Jeff in The Fresh Prince to the world's most famous black actor, effortlessly crossing the boundaries of music and film. His role in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air not only showcased his talent, but also introduced hip-hop culture to mainstream America, making him a household name. By the late 90s, Smith was an unstoppable force, leading box office hits like Bad Boys and Men in Black, establishing a new definition of stardom in Hollywood. However, the glitz of Hollywood can be deceiving. As Smith transitioned into the 2000s, cracks began to show in his seemingly perfect life. The film industry, which had once embraced his star power, started to shift. The rise of the indie film movement and the emergence of new stars began to eclipse the giants of yesteryear. Smith, who once commanded attention and box office success, found himself facing an industry that was evolving beyond his reach. The catalyst for Smith's decline can be traced back to his choice to star in Wild Wild West instead of the iconic The Matrix. This decision marked a turning point. Wild Wild West bombed spectacularly, and despite a critically acclaimed role in Ali, the film did not achieve the box office success he needed. The stark contrast between his previous triumphs and this new trajectory left audiences questioning whether his star power was fading. As the years rolled on, the evidence of his decline mounted. By 2013, Smith's sci-fi project, After Earth, bombed spectacularly, a stark reminder that the former box office titan was losing his touch. The film, which he pressured studios to fund to launch his son Jaden's career, became a critical disaster. It highlighted a growing disconnect between Smith's family ambitions and audience interest, marking the start of a deep, painful, and highly visible professional crisis for him. Moreover, Smith's attempts to reclaim his throne were met with skepticism. His foray into social media, where he showcased his life and career, was seen as a desperate bid to reconnect with fans. The public's perception was shifting. They no longer viewed him as the invincible star, but as a man grappling with the complexities of fame and personal struggles. His memoir, co-written with Mark Manson, revealed painful family secrets and childhood trauma, presenting a more vulnerable side that contrasted sharply with his former image. The fallout from these revelations was profound. Smith's public persona began to unravel, and his once unquestioned status as a box office draw was increasingly challenged. His films, once guaranteed hits, started to underperform. The critical reception of his projects became harsher, and audiences were less willing to invest in his latest endeavors. The painful realization set in. The era of Will Smith as the biggest movie star in the world was coming to an end. As the backlash grew, Smith's film choices became scrutinized. The once celebrated actor found himself in a cycle of flops and mediocre performances. The industry that once defined him was now moving on, leaving him to navigate a landscape that no longer catered to his brand of stardom. The painful irony was that while Smith had once been a pioneer in blending genres, his reluctance to adapt to the changing tides of Hollywood left him vulnerable to obsolescence. The public's fascination with his personal life reached a boiling point during the infamous Red Table Talk confessions. In a devastating broadcast, his wife Jada Pinkett revealed her romantic entanglement with a younger artist, forcing a broken Will Smith to smile through his humiliation on camera. This public exposure shattered his carefully curated image of a perfect husband, setting the stage for his tragic and final public breakdown. Smith's attempts to regain his footing were met with mixed reactions. While he maintained a loyal fan base, many began to question whether his past triumphs were enough to sustain his career in an evolving industry. The once unassailable star was now fighting an uphill battle against public perception and industry trends that seemed to favor fresh faces and innovative storytelling over established names. The final blow came with the infamous Oscars incident in 2022, where Smith's actions overshadowed years of achievement and hard work. This moment marked a devastating low point. effectively erasing the goodwill he had built over decades. The fallout was swift and brutal. The Academy's response was immediate, and Smith found himself at the center of a media storm that would redefine his legacy. As the dust settled from the incident, Will Smith's career hung in the balance. The backlash from the Oscars incident not only affected his public image, but also his marketability in Hollywood. Projects that had been in development were suddenly put on hold, and the industry that had once celebrated his contributions now seemed to turn its back. The question remained, could Smith recover from this self-inflicted wound, or had he irreparably damaged his standing? In the years since, Smith has attempted to rebuild his career, but the road has been fraught with challenges. With each passing project, the weight of his past actions looms large, and audiences remain skeptical. The actor's journey serves as a cautionary tale in an industry that can elevate you to unimaginable heights, only to drag you down into the depths of obscurity with equal ferocity. Will Smith's story is one of triumph and tragedy, a powerful reminder of the volatile nature of fame. Once heralded as a titan of the silver screen, he now faces the harsh reality of a career in decline, haunted by choices that led to his downfall. As Hollywood continues to evolve, it remains to be seen whether Smith can reclaim his place among the stars, or if his legacy will be forever marred by the mistakes of the past. I'm Dan. If you found this investigation intriguing, please consider subscribing for more deep dives into celebrity stories and untold Hollywood scandals. Thank you for watching.